आइए, यदि कोई दिक्कत परेशानी नहीं है तो प्रभु के चरणों में बैठ करके कथा श्रवण करें। और श्री राजकुमार वर्मा जी, यदि मेरी आवाज को सुन पा रहे हैं तो कृपया व्यास पीठ के पास आने का कृपा करें और महाराज श्री जी का आशीर्वाद प्राप्त करें। श्री राजकुमार वर्मा जी,
Okay, now in a moment we will. Well, dear colleagues, welcome to our monthly dialogue. You know by now very well that our dialogues are live streamed in YouTube and recently also in our Twitter accounts. And this initiative, this monthly webinar, this initiative has been remarkably successful for two reasons. First, for our guests who are top cardiologists in the world. And second, for thanks to all of you, because our dialogues are always very interactive. The dialogues are not between editors and guests, but our dialogues are always very lively and very interactive. So I start by asking you if you have questions, please ask your questions. You can write them in our chat, or you can raise your physical hand or your virtual hand, and we will unmute you and you can ask your questions directly. And it's now a great pleasure to announce our guest for today. She's a very important woman. Among the other things, she is the chairperson, the chairwoman of the Guidelines Committee of the European Society of Cardiology. Our daily life is definitely influenced by guidelines. Guidelines are inspiration for all of us, and Eva is the chairman of the Guideline Committee. And it is also a great pleasure to introduce Rasha Alami. She's associate editor of the European Journal. So we are both the host and Eva is the guest today. And the title of this interesting dialogue is Prevention, Women in Cardiology and Guidelines, a dialogue with Professor Eva Prescott. Now, Rasha, we are ready for you for your formal introduction of our guest. Please.
Thank you so much, Filippo. Thank you so much, Eva, for joining us today and for all the audience at home. So it's a real pleasure to host Eva Prescott with us today. She's a clinical professor of cardiology at the University of Copenhagen, and she's also head of the Center of Cardiovascular Research. She's participated, as you've heard, in writing many guidelines that have really influenced our practice, and she's the current chair of the Clinical Practice Guidelines for the European Society of Cardiology. Eva is also a member of the Danish Council for Independent Research, and she received the prestigious Danish Society of Cardiology Scientific Research Award in 2011 for her appreciation of research. Importantly, in terms of her research interests, Eva has main research interests really in coronary artery disease, in risk prevention and in diagnostic strategies, and in particular in treatment and prevention. And she's really recognized for many of us as an international expert in coronary microvascular dysfunction, but also importantly in risk prevention and in guiding what we do every day in our cardiology practice. She has lots of interests beyond that, and I think we'll cover some of this today in terms of gender differences and psychosocial factors and how they influence disease patterns. And of course, she has been the PI of many influential trials and has published more than 350 papers. So that is really a very impressive biography, Eva. It's a pleasure to have us with you today. And thank you very much for giving us the time to join us.
Thank you. I'm really looking forward to it. It will be fun.
Thank
And
you.